That'll do. Today we're mostly filming the Hyundai Ioniq 6. On reflection, I'm a big fan. Welcome to the Ioniq 6, the 2023 World Car of the Year. And it follows hot in the footsteps of the Ioniq 5, which was World Car of the Year in 2022. So no pressure next year, Hyundai. I'm loving this. It is super smooth. Not just on the outside, but the driving experience is really, really good. This version of the Ioniq 6 has a 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery, providing a dream range of 344 miles. It does 0 to 62 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds and has a top speed of 115 miles per hour. If you want more oomph, check out the long-range all-wheel drive version for a 5.1 second 0 to 60. Now, perhaps the most useful feature of the Ioniq 6 is its ability to charge at 350 kilowatts, taking this EV from 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes. Welcome to the interior of the Ioniq 6. First impressions, it's pretty futuristic-y. It's very similar to the Ioniq 5 in the layout. This feels okay in here, but here it's very plasticky. Oh, that brings me nicely on to the window controls. So they're all here, so you can adjust your window there, and it kind of works because if your right hand is up here when you're driving and you need to do the controls, nice and easy. It does feel a very solid and well-made car, and it should be, because this is the World Car of the Year 2023. Right, how easy is it to find the ISOFIX? The answer is a bit fiddly, even for a seasoned pro. I love this, you got a glove drawer instead of a glove box, which means stuff doesn't fall out. While this might look very similar to the Ioniq 5 on the inside, it's very, very different on the outside. I think the phrase work smarter, not harder definitely applies to the designers of this car. And instead of slapping in a great big battery, they've thought, how can we make the current battery work better? So this car is all about the drag coefficient. Even down to the door handles, flush, aerodynamic, brilliant. Interestingly, the aerodynamic door handles are actually mechanic, not electric. So if your battery does run out, you can still get into the car, which is just something clever. Why would you not do that? Now, such advanced aerodynamic design does come at a price. This sloping roofline may be both beautiful and slippery through the air, but it also restricts the boot space. At 401 litres, there's enough room to pass our golf club test and a few other bits, but not all together. Compromises may have to be made. Thumbs up from my VIP guest heading to the airport though.
Oh my gosh, look how much room there is. I could fit at least 3 bodies in here.
Pleased to say it does have a fruit or frunk, which is frustratingly rare on many EVs. While dwarfed by Tesla's own front boot, it's still a handy space for smaller items and nephews. In terms of room in the back, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other scenario. Again, the sloping roofline could be restrictive for some taller occupants, but this is made up for with an entire canyon separating the front and back seats. Now, certain cars in this market are a lot more minimalist. So if you like knobs and buttons, you're going to love this car because you've got your volume for the radio right there. You've also got haptic touch here. You can get straight to the things that you need, your media, your navigation, your map. Now, here's something that might divide a bit of opinion. If you're a passenger in the back, you can control the seat of your passenger. So you could really annoy someone by pushing their seat forward or back. So this, I guess, is quite useful if you're a chauffeur, someone in the back wants to adjust their seat. But if you've got kids, like my kids, I know they would be playing with that all day long and annoying the hell out of passengers. A fantastically practical feature of the Ioniq lineup is the vehicle-to-load technology, either through an adapter plugged into the charging port or a nifty 3-pin plug in the back. You can power pretty much any appliance from this car, especially if you're planning to push the boat out. Yep, I went there. Sorry, not sorry. A little bit sorry. In terms of storage, there's quite a lot up here. In the side door bin, you've got enough room for a thin water bottle, not a big water bottle. Also, options for water bowl, number 2, number 3. There's a little bit of space down here, which I know Lily Day mentioned, great to have this storage, but that's going to get very dusty. Well spotted, Lily. Let's talk about the autopilot. It's pretty good. You know, we're sitting on the motorway now. I'm feeling very confident that the car is beautifully centered in the middle of the road, and if anything breaks in front of me, it's going to adapt my speed and brake and accelerate for me. Lovely. So a lot of these cars now are coming with extra safety features. So it beeps at you if you're getting close to the speed limit. It beeps at you when something's in your blind spot, which I guess is very useful, but can also be a little bit frustrating. I feel like R2-D2's in the back of this car. It would be rude not to investigate what seems to be, on paper, the most exciting feature of this and other new cars: self-parking. But is it a useful tool or a great gimmick? Step outside the car and press a button on the key, and the Hyundai rolls out all on its own. Utter witchcraft. Very useful if you're trying to get in or out of a very tight parking space. Please reverse, please reverse. Yeah, it's in reverse. Back inside the cockpit, and our attempt to reverse park hands-free into a selected bay was going really smoothly. While we acknowledge that our car park of choice probably didn't provide the optimum conditions for such a feat, the experience was enough for us to write this second parking feature off as a fun gimmick to show your mates one time and then never again. But happy to be proved wrong. Comment below if you've had a better experience with this feature. Hyundai might be ahead of the game with its energy efficiency focus, and it's a solid selling point in a market that's all about power-hungry SUVs. But all this clever tech means nothing if I wouldn't choose the World Car of the Year 2023 over rivals like the Tesla Model 3 or the BMW i4. And if I'm honest, I probably wouldn't. They're pretty special cars. So who does this car best suit? Well, someone who can't get to grips with the minimalism of a Tesla or the sporty exterior of a BMW i4. Now, if you cover a lot of miles and just need a brilliantly efficient, slick and speedy EV, this could be the lease car for you. But if this doesn't float your boat, then head over to selectcarleasing.co.uk to check out our other lease deals. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube so you don't miss a thing.